Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers, welcome back to our channel. If you use the internet, you've probably heard of the terms Illuminati, Freemason, or secret societies and cults. These are the terms that are frequently used when addressing Hollywood celebrities, world leaders, and even significant bank owners. Conspiracy theories claim that they are responsible for every occurrence in today's world. They're responsible for every big incident that occurs around the world, whether it is America's election, who will become the next music sensation or youth icon, or what fashion will prevail. The main aim of this group is to make people free of religion and to instill a new world order that should be followed by all the nations and all the governments of the world. But why are we debating this now? Is there any relevance to Islam? Sure, and others may find it difficult to accept that these secret organizations and their doom were referenced in the Quran more than 1,400 years ago when they had not yet been founded. What does the Quran say about that then? Why do these societies have such power and secrecy? For those who join it, what will happen to its current members? Let's delve into the video to get answers to our questions. These covert organizations were formed in the 18th century when social norms and church regulations became too oppressive. These societies started to develop at that time because they offered an escape to those who were dissatisfied with the church's underpinnings. These societies eventually grew and even started to interfere in and have an impact on national politics and legislation. To make the world free of religion was their primary motto. Since these societies were merely opposing the abuse of power by the churches at the time, you may be thinking that they weren't all that bad in the beginning then. However, the true reason for these societies is not what it first appears to be. In fact, these secret societies' alliance with Satan is what gives them such tremendous control and sway over the entire world. Their catchphrase, "Make world religion free," is really a deception meant to draw followers and demonstrate that their goals are good. All they want is for someone to stop worshiping God and begin worshiping Satan instead. And what benefits do these society members receive for their devotion to Satan? They get all their desired rewards, including fame, wealth, and power. Think of it like magic. When someone approaches a magician, the magician calls upon the jinn or Satan to accomplish the work at hand. The jinn's skills enable the mission to be finished, but the person who asks the magician for assistance ultimately commits a serious sin. The same idea holds true in these societies, where members are urged to sell their souls and humiliate themselves in order to appease Satan, who will then provide them with great reputation, power, and whatever else they desire. This claim is not uncommon. Prominent leaders and celebrities from throughout the world have frequently acknowledged in public that they have in fact made a deal with the devil in exchange for fame and fortune. In addition to worshipping and degrading themselves to appease Satan, these members are tasked with promoting nudity and liberty of religion in the public consciousness. There is a reason why today's youth do not wish to adhere to Islamic laws and customs. Pop artists and other celebrities have led them to feel that religion is nothing more than a set of restrictions, and that the only way to be free is to overcome all of these restrictions. It is impossible to comprehend how so much filth has infiltrated society in such a short period of time if one considers the exponential growth of adult content and nudity during the past 20 years. All of this is a result of the kids becoming addicted to these ideals, which are constantly promoted on television, in movies, and in music. A number of songs highlight the subjects of haram, relations between men and women, as well as between members of the same gender. Nowadays, it is quite rare to see a married couple's love exalted and celebrated in a movie. Instead, it is always a haram connection, or maybe multiple haram unions at once. Songs' lyrics occasionally make explicit claims like "I sold my soul to the devil" or "I am in contact with the devil," which are added on purpose to inspire listeners to follow in the footsteps of their pop star if they wish to achieve the same level of popularity and wealth. Until now, we have recognized that the fundamental purpose of all such groups is to make a hidden bargain with Satan in which he will benefit the member with whatever he wants in exchange for executing or accomplishing the deeds that Satan desires. So, this membership benefits both parties involved. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Holy Quran, "Consider the day he will gather them all together and say, O assembly of jinn, you misled humans in great numbers. And their human associates will say, Our Lord, we benefited from each other's company, but now we have reached the term which you appointed for us. Then he will say, The fire is your home, yours to stay in forever, except whoever Allah wills to spare. Surely your Lord is all-wise, all-knowing." This passage in the Quran tells all members of these secret societies that although they believe that their activities are secret and that no one knows about them, they were not aware that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was constantly keeping an eye on them. In addition to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala being fully aware of their covert agreements and the mutual benefits of the jinn, Satan, and humans, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has also warned of their fate and what they would say on the Day of Judgment when given the chance to do so. Allah will ask the jinns, "O assembly of jinn, you misled a large number of people." The answer to this question is not provided by jinns, but rather by humans who were members of these communities. "Our Lord, we benefited from each other's companionship, but we have already reached the time limit you set for us." And what will the reply of Allah be when he would have questioned both the mutually beneficial jinns and humans? "The fire is your home, yours to stay in forever, except whoever Allah wills to spare." This serves as both a warning and an answer for everyone involved in these secret groups, as well as for anyone considering joining this sinister alliance. Avoid being tricked and misled by the devil's promises, and avoid becoming so greedy over material possessions and worldly aspirations, only to wind up in hellfire. Jinn's primary goal is to drag humanity to hellfire. Do not allow him to succeed. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Holy Quran, "Satan only makes them false promises and deludes them with empty hopes. Truly, Satan promises them nothing but delusion." Avoid this illusion, and if you're already a member, quit as soon as you can, regardless of the repercussions. If you are sincere, Allah will provide a way out, and even though the repercussions may be severe, remember that it may be definitely better than ending up in hellfire. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save us from all the traps of Satan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us to the straight path.